Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Coffee Company. We've got something relatively exciting for you today. We've just received from our friends at Falcon Coffee Suppliers this new Colombian coffee. I have absolutely no idea what it is. All I know is we're going to be drinking it right now. Never tried it before. Haven't even smelt it. Just opened it, but I haven't smelt it yet. But before we get to that, let's welcome to see who's in the chat. Mr. Couva99 is in the chat. Hello, sir. Hello. You're early for once. Hello. Hello. Hopefully you're well, Couve. Hopefully you are well. Mr. Anthony Gray is in the house saying, good afternoon, Ben. Good afternoon all to come within the chat. Just making myself a cuppa, then relax, chill for a bit with you all. Neither will be around 3 PM. Swimming now, dancing now. Ooh, great stuff, great stuff. Mr. Nick Barry Sean is in the house saying, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Nick. Hopefully you're having a great day as well. And yeah, welcome, welcome, welcome all. Hopefully everyone is having a good day so far. It's a bit of a grey day again. It started really nicely. But now it's back to being a bit grey. A bit grey. But at least it's not cold, right? At least it's not cold. So right, let's get the show on the move. As you can see, I've got the Epoch. I need to move this a bit. There we go. Got the old Epoch over here. Hopefully you can see it. There we go. All you need to see is the... Let's spell this one for the first time. I don't even know what this coffee tastes like, guys. I have no idea what it tastes like. I've got no idea what the flavour profile. But that's part of the fun of making coffee, is we don't know what's in here. We're going to try it. So we put in 9 grams of coffee in our cupping thingy-majig. We are now going to clean the grinder, because I believe this is decaf. At least I think it's decaf. If it isn't, then it isn't. I'm going to grind very coarsely. Setting number 14 on the EK43. Looks pretty good. Now we're going to start. Do 180 grams of water on in the cupping bowl at 92 degrees. Pour it so it goes like a whirlpool. 180 grams in there. And then we've got our extra hot water for the sterilising of the spoons. Morning everyone, have a wonderful Tuesday. And to you sir, and to you Mr. Bobby K. Hopefully you're having a lovely morning so far. Mr. Chris Agambar is in the house as well, saying good afternoon Ben. What is brewing? We are So at 2 minutes, what we're going to do is we're going to break the crust. Comes first. We've got 3 minutes. We are going to remove the crust. Let that sit for a bit. By the power of Grayskull! Yeah, Mr. Hollywood Phil was in the house. Mr. Hollywood Phil. He has the power. Welcome, Phil. Hopefully you're having a great morning, afternoon. Forgot what time of the day it is. I forgot it's 2:10. Right, let's try this coffee then. Catman Jess. Hello everyone and everyone in the chat. Hello Mr. Catman Jess. Hopefully you're having a wonderful morning. Cream. Chocolatey afternotes. Can't really see me, shit. Yes, yes.
Thank you so much. You good?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just came in straight away. I told you like I get back. Sorry.
Done.
Can I send you an order?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfecto. Ciao, ciao. What's crack-a-lackin', Shawnee boy? Hello, Shawnee. We are trying some new coffee that was sent to me today. So we're going to see what it's like. Seems pretty nice so far. Let's move. Huh. I have no idea where to put you. Oh no, we're going to keep you there. We're just going to move you. Oh, bloody hell. Hopefully you're having a good day, Shawnee. Good afternoon, good afternoon. quite light. It is a very, if you can see by the, it's a very light roast. That is it's a very lightish roast. I don't know if this is decaf. It must be. Because I asked for their Colombian decaf, and that's what I assume it is. It's a very clean coffee though. It's probably not ready. It's probably only roasted yesterday. So yeah. Probably could go a bit finer on the grind. Confusing. Tastes good though. Chocolatey. If that's decaf, it's good decaf. I mean, just like my other decaf. It looks very similar to my decaf in terms of the way the coloration of the beans is. Very rounded colour. Definitely have been roasted about a minute more. Just get those extra chocolatey bits. Got some very nice natural light. It must be decaf, because you can see where the caffeine oil was seeped out the coffee beans. But obviously this is a washed process on the decaf, so it's going to be a bit. You can see where the caffeine oil was seeped out of the coffee. I don't know what process of decaf this is, if it is decaf. Good afternoon, Ben. Thank you for the amazing coffee yesterday and see you Saturday. Bob, thank you for joining us yesterday. It was really lovely to see you as always. I wish you'd told me earlier you were coming, because I would have got you a proper slice of cake. But next time, sir, next time. Hopefully you and Kimbo are having a lovely day so far. Yeah, and we look forward to seeing everyone on Saturday. It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be great. Very soft, very... No bitterness at all. At all. Has to be decaf. So it goes to show, even if it's decaf, it doesn't have to be bad. Decaf can be as good as normal coffee. I mean, that's quite nice, that angle today. You can see the outside. That's rather nice. It's a bit bright today. It's very, very shiny today. The sun is shining. Great stuff. Ooh. Afternoon, Ben and chat. Hope all is well. Mr. Cartman, hopefully you're having a lovely day so far. And if your missus is watching, hopefully she's having a lovely day as well. Hopefully you're feeling better after your recent bout of the COVID. And yeah, hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm thinking of Chemex myself. Yes, we're all clear now, thanks. Good stuff. Good stuff. How was everyone doing today? Awesome. It's duck weather here today, Ben. May need the brolly for our milk today, yeah. It's a very interesting day today because one of my best friends today moved to Canada. Today he finally moved. He's on his flight now to Toronto and he'll be living the foreseeable life in his new home of Toronto, which is it's a bit of a bittersweet moment, really. It shows how we've all aged. And I'm sure he's going to love it over there, because it's a lovely place, Canada. Not that I've been there yet. But it is a bittersweet moment for someone you've known since you were 11 years old. It's the end of an era. It is the total end of an era. How are you doing? Doing good. Doing good. Very interesting to see how it goes with my friend Alex in Toronto. I mean, Toronto's a lovely place. Gives me a reason to go out there, which is what we're going to do in October. The Kaufmans will be going to Toronto in October, which is going to be very exciting. Because I've booked the flights already. Looking forward to it. Times change and so must I, in the words of Doctor Who. Times change and so must I. Oh yeah, it is, Anthony. It's only 7 hours away though, so... How are the music levels, guys? How are the music levels? I think it sounds pretty good. Ooh, it smells good. Loving the tunes, good stuff. If he's not, I don't know why, I don't know if Alex has subscribed to this channel. Some friends, eh? You'll probably see him here eventually. Perfect tunes, awesome. Got that lo-fi going. Wonder what this is going to taste like today. Seems a bit slow. Maybe I poured it a bit too slowly. Looks like a 6-minute brew saver. Coming out very nicely though. Smells very good. And because we're assuming the first thing was decaf, I shouldn't be paralytic on caffeine. Let's have a look. Did she send me an email? No, she didn't. Well, I don't know if it's caffeinated or not. So, it looks like we're going into the unknown. And now we're going to hit 5 minutes. Good stuff. All good, hope you're well. We're doing good. Doing good. Oh, he's talking to Nicholas. go for Fuji-san. Awesome. I'm going to let this cool down slightly. Oh, what's everyone up to today, except for Catman doing his walk? What is up? What are your thoughts on all these content to PSG rumours? Although I don't believe them, is there any linking? I kindly tell him to piss off, yeah? Ooh, I think he's using it, personally. I think he's using PSG to say to Mr. Levy, if you don't back me, I'm off. But one of the things Alistair Gold said last night is there is no break clause in Conte's contract. Conte cannot physically break his contract by walking away. If he walks away, he's not getting another job. So, unless he's sacked or PSG pay out the contract, Conte is staying at Tottenham. Just full stop. There is no break clause in the contract. Therefore, Conte is going to be the Tottenham manager in this year, in my opinion. That's the interesting. If there was a break clause in the contract, he'd wash his hands of it and he'd be off. But because there is no break clause, he cannot do that. So, I think he is using the PSG rumours to get himself a bit more transfer funds. Which is smart. Which is what he should be doing, to be honest, because he's a top level manager. I had to go offline for a few minutes. I just realised your camera angle moved from the start of the show. It's nice, good to change to a bit of white. Yeah, it's a bit different because we wanted to shove the space for the tasting cam. I only want people at my club who love my club. The fact the owners don't have our best interests at heart is a different and much bigger... Yeah, it is. I wouldn't be too worried, to be honest. I agree with you, Anthony. I'd be really annoyed. I'd be annoyed at the people in charge rather than at the manager himself, because the manager only wants to win things. The manager doesn't want to sit and earn money for stupid years and not winning anything. A bit stiff. I think we're getting some sinus problems. No problem, no problem. Let's drink this coffee now. Needs to cool down a bit. Like I say, there's a bigger picture and a different conversation for me. Yeah, there is. I wonder if Elon Musk likes UK football, he'd be a good owner. Yeah, he would. I mean, I was stunned at that news. I was stunned at that news yesterday. That he's bought Twitter. I don't really want to go into it because there's a massive debate on whether he's right or he's wrong. He's probably right, to be honest. He's probably right. Because Twitter, I quit Twitter, what was that? Oh, I quit Twitter in last January.
Yeah, I don't remember the things you tell me forever.
I quit Twitter all that time ago. Twitter is a cesspit. Twitter is an evil place in my opinion. I don't like Twitter anymore. I don't like the rhetoric that's on Twitter. I don't like the people in charge of Twitter. I feel like it is a platform dedicated to negativity and causing disruption in society. So if he can make it a more if he can make it a place where ideas are scrutinised and discussed and open dialogue, brilliant. I don't think that's going to happen with Twitter. I think Twitter is a place for people to go and be angry at each other. I think Twitter is a horrible place. It's not something I believe should be part of society. And same thing with TikTok. It's the same thing. It's just a horrible place. I rarely use my Facebook, but I use Facebook basically to look at my dad's hot rod. That's why I look at. That's why I look at Facebook. I barely look at it. Some of my friends are on Twitter, and sometimes I send them a message or two. But Facebook. I don't use it. Since I got rid of social media, I've been a much more complete, happier person. Social media is evil. The Twitter money involved is staggering. Yeah, it is. It's crazy money. Yeah. It's much more like a tea. Lots of black tea flavour at the end of that. If I increase the temperature of the dose, maybe that'll bring out more of the tea, or if I drop the dose by another 2 degrees, might bring out more of the fruitiness of it. Instead of brewing at 90, I can brew at 88. Be an interesting conversation. So I'd love it if Elon Musk bought Tottenham. If Elon Musk buys Tottenham, I'd be a very, very happy man. Tesla Stadium. Let's do it. I'm not going to drink all of this because I'll be paralytic. I'm going to put this in with a cold brew. Oof. I don't think Elon will make it any worse or any of the same improvement. I think I've never done Twitter. I closed Facebook. I got my silly friend request to me. And all their birthdays daily with it. It got silly. Yeah. That's the only reason I like Facebook though. I like it because I see when people's birthdays are, because I can't remember what my own bloody birthday is half the time. So if there's a place that tells you when people's birthdays are, it's quite helpful. The saying that I barely use it. I barely use Facebook. I don't know how many, I think I've only got like 200 friends on Facebook though. I'm very controlling about who's on my personal Facebook. Unless I physically know you, you're not on there. Just straight up. You've got to be very controlling about who you let on your Facebook. Birthdays, keeping up with friends, and seeing vacation photos. It's about, yeah, absolutely, Ian. Absolutely. It's the only reason to use it. Hopefully you're having a wonderful morning, Ian. Hopefully you're having a great day. Morning, morning, morning. Do something about this dirt coffee, this rotten coffee. Awful. Just gonna pour it away, sod it. Needs to make a bit of space because we're running out of space in this shop. Need to make some space. Will any of you guys be using Twitter after the news? I personally will not be, unless I make one for this business, but I will never use it for anything other than keeping up with other coffee companies. It will not be a platform I will use. It does worry me, Twitter. Twitter can be a bit of a... It's a worry. Little cloudage on this side of the pond, but a wonderful cup of Ethiopian to help me ease into the day. Wonderful stuff. What type of Ethiopian you got? Is it a Yirgacheffe? Is it an heirloom? Is it washed? Is it natural? What have you got, sir? I have a washed Kenyan coffee at the moment, and we've had it as a Chemex. No, never will use it. Yeah, it's poisonous. Yeah, agree with you. So no, I do use Insta a fair bit. I do like Insta. Insta is very good for coffee businesses because pictures and videos and stories. I somehow got thousands of friends on Facebook over time. The swimming community very big, and you get swim friends of friends requesting friendship. I requested all as swimmers, but it got I'm very. I can't do that. I'm very much someone. I'm very much someone that is very controlling about who's on my Facebook. Oh, bloody hell. No, I don't want to open TeamViewer. Quit. I work in politics and unfortunately I have to use Twitter for it, but limit what I do. That's one of the reasons I got rid of Twitter, the politics. Twitter has less political IQ than a dustbin that's been thrown into a landfill that's covered in Nando's sauce. Which is a crazy analogy, but it's true. Twitter has no political idea. None. It's just bandwagoners. Facebook is equally as poisonous though when it comes to politics. Especially when it comes to local politics, because there's always people that think they know better than everyone else. My dad and my brother are two local. My dad is a district councillor and my brother is a local councillor. And the things people say on Facebook, they just don't know. They just don't know anything. They're poisonous. They are people that always conspire. They always think there's a conspiracy behind everything. If you want conspiracy theories, go to Bob Spur TV in the Wall Saturday at 10:30. That's the place you go for conspiracy theories, not bloody Twitter. Just WhatsApp for friends and family and YouTube community. Channels for the now, yep. Channels for me now, yep. Good stuff. Insane 1 trillion%, yeah. Spurs YouTube channels have done me wonders. Have done wonders for me personally. Lovely, but we try to be. I won't say I'm one of them, but hopefully we're adding a bit of positivity. A lot of black tea in there. Reread the Spurs channels and one coffee channel. Absolutely, the one coffee channel. We're just here to chill. No room for negativity. Absolutely no room for it. Spurs channels were nice, absolutely. There's some great Spurs channels that I love watching. few of them are in today's chat. There's some great stuff on the Spurs community stuff. Oof. Afternoon, Ben. Hope you're well. Hopefully you're well, Mr. Cousins. Afternoon, sir. Afternoon, afternoon. Hopefully you're doing well, Mr. Cousins. Ooh. What's this song? Ooh. Very nice. The colour of that at the end. It's like a nice red. What's everyone's plan for the rest of the week? I know it's only Tuesday, but surely there's got to be some things you want to do for the rest of the week. What is everyone's plans? Got another 3-day weekend this week. Got another 3-day weekend. What is everyone going to be doing for their 3-day weekend? Weekend. Kimber! Kimber! How are you doing, Kimber? Lovely to see you yesterday. I mean, Saturday's going to be fun for us, I think. Saturday's going to be really fun. With all the Spurs community going for a curry. And it's going to be hilarious. All good. Yeah, I'm great. I'm great. Just chilling out. Had a coffee. Tried some new coffee. It's going to be a fun rest of the day. Hopefully a few people pop in. But I've got some orders to do. So I've got to go to Shoreditch tomorrow. And deliver some coffee. Might catch a baseball game. Ooh. I've seen a baseball game once. I saw the Red Sox. That was a lot of fun. Many years ago now. It was so long ago that it didn't even own Liverpool yet. That's how long ago it was. Actually, no, it was just after they bought Liverpool. It was just after they bought them. It was a long time ago now. Looking forward to the curry night. Yeah, it's going to be a laugh. It's going to be great fun. It's going to be really fun. Going to do some guitar shopping before I go. And then I'm going to be miserable because I can't afford any of those guitars. But it's going to be fun. It's all the reason to go to the shops and try cool guitars. How big is baseball over in the UK? I can't imagine. No, it's not at all. There are people that watch it, but it's not. I mean, they did a couple of games at the. At West Ham Stadium a few years ago, I think it was. It's not big over here at all. Weren't the Red Sox the cursed team of baseball? I don't know, to be honest. It's a bit loud now. They might have been. All I know is I was in Boston when I think this was. Ooh. 2011. Possibly earlier. All I know is we were in Boston at the time. The Red Sox were playing the Seattle Mariners that night. And the concierge managed to get us some tickets. So we went. And we had a good time. I saw a home run, and it was great. David Ortiz was still batting for the Red Sox. It was a lot of fun. Would do again. I know nothing about baseball though. I have absolutely zero clue about baseball. Not an idea, not a Scooby. Ah, there you go. They hadn't won a World Series since they sold Babe Ruth to the Yankees. They've won a few since '04. Good stuff for them. I don't have a baseball team. All I know is I've seen the Red Sox play. I enjoyed it. I mean, I've seen just as many baseball games as I've seen Formula 1 races. And I'm not supposedly like Formula 1. I would never go to a track to watch Formula 1 again, though. That is boring. That's a boring day at the office. Can't watch the games on TV. Way too slow, but nothing beats an afternoon all at the ballpark. Terrible beer. And yeah, absolutely. That's exactly why we went there. I will never watch Formula One on at a track again. It's so boring. I can only watch Formula One on the TV, so you can see the actual race. Not that I like Formula One anymore, really. Formula One's been boring for me for the last 10 years, so I don't really watch it anymore. My brother still loves Formula One. That is because my brother is a car guy. Both my father and my brother are car guys, so no wonder I like Formula One. I would happily go and see a NASCAR race though. I do want to go and watch NASCAR and IndyCar. I'd happily go to Indianapolis to watch an Indy 500 or something like that. I'll do it. It's definitely on the bucket list. I was into New York in 2000, got into baseball, obviously follow the Yankees. So, haven't chosen a team, don't really care about the sport. I know people like it, it's not my sport. Don't like cricket. I prefer baseball to cricket. I mean, it's not saying a lot. But my friend Mr. Silver, who's really into his cricket, he does a lot of charity work in India. And he loves cricket. So a lot of what his charity work is paying for like cricket fields and stuff like that, and obviously working with the needy, and he loves his cricket. And he wants me to go to a couple of cricket games. I haven't even seen. I've never seen a rugby match. I don't want to see a rugby match because it's not me. I do like watching rugby, personally. But it's not my sport. I barely watch rugby. Oh, looks like these boots have got re-replaced. Ain't got much left in them. I do want to go back to New York though. I love New York. Good afternoon, Aki. Afternoon, sir. Hopefully you're having a great morning. Still morning for you, even though we've been speaking a lot of the morning. Afternoon, afternoon. How are you, Brian? How are you doing? We're just chilling out. Liking the tunes today. The tune's been good so far. I love this playlist. Amazingly, not seen Welshie today. I wonder how Welshie's doing. Ah, got to stretch. I think we're just going to move back to my regular position. All good, brother. How are you? I wish that I could be at the curry night Saturday, but there will be loads of time when I'm back. All good, Brian. We're doing great. We're doing great today. Just chilling out, really. It's been a bit of a quiet week again, but got a couple of online orders today. Got ordered some more coffee, and yeah, we look forward to you coming back in July. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a very interesting month, that is, July. Or was it June? Can't remember. I believe it was July. July is going to be a very interesting month. Yeah, but the curry night should be fun. I don't know if Bob was streaming a bit. I think Bob's going to stream a bit of it. He's not going to stream much of it. He's going to see. What the hell is that? Bloody hell. Whoever's been sitting on this chair. Oh no, it's the... No, it's not. Bloody hell, someone's worn out the bloody paint on the chair. Could only be Mark the window cleaner. June, I'm back 9th of June. Awesome. Even closer. It's only in a month. Crazy. And I'm definitely back in June. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun that month. Going to host in the Wolfram. Awesome. That's going to be fun then. It's very, very interesting to see what the ordeal was going to be. That makes sense why that paint's off there. I would have another coffee, but I can't be asked to make one. I think we're going to have some water in a bit. Oh no, we've accidentally pressed Google Chrome. It's the problem with lo-fi music. You lose track of time and you sort of, you wander. Your brain starts to fall asleep and you're like, oh, maybe I should actually start conjugating a point. And then suddenly, no, falls dead. Just falls dead. We're here to chill anyway. We're not here to talk about anything interesting. Sometimes we talk about interesting things, but we're just here to chill. Just made my second cuppa. Neither Jones should be making a cuppa or be on soon. Awesome. Awesome. I'll try to get to London in June to meet up. I'll be like Dick Whittington. I think he started from this way somewhere. Awesome stuff, Mark. It'll be great to see you if you turn up. Should be fun. Should be fun. Got a bit of, it is a bit stiff. I'm hoping to get over to London hopefully next year and catch a game. What kind of stuff would you suggest getting into? Tottenham? I'll just chill out. I'll just go with the flow, Ian. Go with the flow. London is a love to swing by the shop for a yeah, always here. Always here. Always here. There are certain things you need to do in London, but I would avoid doing the stupidly touristy things because they're just not fun. They are not fun. I'd see stuff like the National Portrait Gallery because that'd be quite interesting. London is a monster. It is a massive monster. You do not understand how vicious it can be. So I would think about stuff you like doing and focus on doing those. Don't let the rigor of London pull you to, oh, you've got to do this now, and oh, you've got to do, no, have your set things you want to do, and then do those. And for the most part, I would not. I would spend it outside London. That's what I would do. I'd go to the New Forest and see the New Forest because the New Forest is beautiful. I'd go to Cornwall because Cornwall's beautiful. I'd go to Dorset because Dorset's beautiful. I would see everywhere but London. I would see some of the things in London that you want to see, like the Tottenham and then some of the touristy things, but nothing too tourist. I wouldn't do a London bus ride. I hate that. I don't know why you would do that. I think that'd be miserable. But I'd mostly focus on doing stuff that might interest you. Nifa's in the building. Hi all. I'm just about to make my coffee. I'm feeling knackered. Hope my coffee perks me up. Yeah, you've been doing a lot of stuff today, Nifa, apparently. So, yep, make your cuppa, take a comfortable seat, and then chill for the rest of the day. That is what we're here for. We're just winding down the stream because we are finishing in 20 minutes or so. But welcome back, Nifa. I hate touristy stuff. Anyway, aside from museums, yeah, avoid them. I don't know if you're into war. Imperial War Museum is amazing. That's always a highlight. It's always been an amazing museum. National Portrait Gallery is pretty cool. I would I'd have a picnic in the park. I grew up in a tourist town, so def get the feeling. Yeah. I would have a picnic in the park, whether it's Hyde Park or it's Victoria Park, one of the parks. I'd go to the Greenwich Observatory to see where, even though it is a tiny bit touristy, the National Maritime Museum, which is beautiful, it's a great museum. I'd see where the zero line of latitude is, whether you do that by going to the O2 Arena or you go to the National Maritime Museum. Yeah, basically, I'd spend 5 minutes in London and then go anywhere else. I'd just chill out. I'd see the beauty of the UK. The UK is a very beautiful country. And it's not shown enough. There is a lot of beautiful things here. So I would go to the old country. I'd go to Dorset. I'd go to Devon. I'd go to Cornwall, where Mark Cousins is, Mr. Somerset. I'd go to Somerset. I'd see the beautiful green countryside instead of the grey bore. I went to Soho when I was 18 with a couple of mates. We won't go into that. Oh, God. Yeah, never a good idea. Lyme Regis would be lovely. The Jurassic Coast. See if you can get a few fossils. Love the Jurassic Coast. Catching the Spurs match would be about it, and maybe one or two things. Would love to make it up to Scotland and Wales. Scotland's very nice. It's very difficult to get to Scotland. It's not difficult, it's just a bit expensive. It's a 4-hour train journey. Or you could do the 12-hour sleeper if you really wanted to do that rubbish. Never again am I doing a sleeper train. Never. Unless it's in Japan, where I know it's going to be comfortable. That was awful. Wales is pretty beautiful. I'd still rather go to Dorset and Devon. Would love to go to the Dark Hedges in North... Yeah, I bet that's lovely. I haven't been there. I don't think the Kaufmans have ever done Northern Ireland. Can't remember. I don't think we have. It's never really been on the Kaufmans' radar. The travel in the UK is silly expensive. My brother found a he found a price list, and it was said a flight return to India from Manchester cost £330. That was the deal. A round flight from London to India. Do you want to guess how much a ticket on the train from London to Manchester costed? London to Manchester. And I've given you £330 round trip to India. How much is a train ticket from London to Manchester? Without looking, don't look at your computer. How much does everyone think? 330 to India. How much is a train ticket from London to Manchester? Basically, you need to do a whole trip to the UK from Wales. Yeah, you do. The UK is a beautiful country. How much is a train ticket from London to Manchester? £500, okay, it's the first guess. £120, okay. Lyme Regis is 50 minutes from me. Love it there. It's beautiful. Catman Jess is saying £75. Guessing. Give you a couple more minutes for anyone else in the chat that might think to guess how much is a round train ticket from London to Manchester. According to this sheet though, and it might have been a who is closest? The closest is between Ian and Mark. The price of a round trip from London to Manchester is £350. £350 to go to Manchester, but it costs $330 to fly to India. India. It is a joke. £350, and I can prove how silly it is if I go to live. That is the one-way price. £184. One way. Not a round trip. One way. It is disgusting. It's a total joke. A total joke. On my first trip to Dorset years ago, I couldn't believe how tiny the shops and the houses. Yeah, it's lovely over there. It is, right? Electric trains cost less than going to bloody India on a plane. It's a joke. Bloody hell, for £50 more, I can get my return ticket home. £400. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. It is a joke. You might as well get on the bus. Take a lot longer, but it'll be a lot cheaper. Better to include food. No, it doesn't. There is no entertainment on the train. Nothing. There's nothing. There's no food and drink on the train. It's just the seat on the train. It's a shocker. There's not even Wi-Fi on these trains. Not that you need Wi-Fi for the most part, because most of the people on the trains are from the UK, so just use their phone. The signal on the trains isn't great. Why do you think trains are so expensive then? Just curious. Firstly, because they're privatised. And the reason they got privatised was because when they were... Yeah, you could easily... Yeah, definitely. A man called Dr. Beechin closed half the railways down. And it destroyed the railways. You could get a taxi for that nearly, yep. I mean, it's mostly because it's privatised. It's privatised because when it was nationalised, they closed half of it. Mr. Dr. Beechin, when did he close half the trains? It was, so Dr. Beechin. Dr. Beechin. So Dr. Beechin, what he did was he wrote a report on how you could improve the trains in the UK by removing half the train network. So now you can't go anywhere on the train. It's partly him. But it's mostly because trains are very, very expensive. They are very expensive to maintain. A round trip on the bus here to Toronto is just as weird. Don't blame it. It's mostly due to maintenance works on trains. They are expensive things, and obviously unionisation. They've driven up the price of basically everything. And the trains here, although they are really decent, they are very expensive. They're too expensive. It is cheaper to fly to Glasgow or to Edinburgh than it is to get the train there. It's a joke. The train should be not next to nothing, of course. It should be, for me, a train ticket should not surpass £100. Whether that's because of union bosses earning too much money? Maybe I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you the full reason why it's so expensive. There's probably many factors. All I know is that it has to change. Otherwise, it's just like we are going into the era of we're going to the era of economical travel, and trains should be at the forefront because they are already there. They are somewhat efficient, they are fast, and they are decent. So trains, if trains were decently priced, nobody would use cars anymore. Because it'd just be easier. But who knows? What I would do for any kind of rail system in the States. There is a few really good trains. I've seen a couple of videos on them. I would like to do one. But it's just, yeah, if you guys had, that's what I was saying. Why there isn't a train from San Francisco to Los Angeles that does 200 miles an hour? Instead of taking 8 hours to drive there, it would take 2, 3. For me, it's mind-boggling that there isn't a train network in the States. But of course, it's because oil companies pay for all the roads, and they would stop funding the roads. So there's monopoly, which is undemocratic in my point of view. There needs to be competition at all costs. Competition's great. Competition's good. We like competing, or at least I like competing. they get the wrong type. Yep. Then they get the wrong type of leaves or snow on that. Yep. And then they what's it called? They postpone the train for 3 hours because they got one leaf on the wrong part of the track. More people can fit on a train and a bus as well. That's why I don't get why they stopped the GO trains here and kept the Greyhound buses and diesel. It's just as expensive. Yeah, diesel's more expensive. I mean, the world now should be hypermobilising towards electric vehicles. Charging roads should be trialled in this country as soon as possible. If they can get charging roads that you can charge electric cars while driving, you fix all problems of electric cars because you won't have to stop for an hour. It should be fast charging at every petrol station, every service station should have fast charging points. And they should improve fast chargers as well, so they charge in half an hour instead of 45 minutes, or even less than that if they can do it. I thought the railways was big in the US, hence one of the reasons demise of Native Americans. That's the Native Americans. That's the correct term, I think. As partly is one of the reasons. It's just train travel is even more expensive in America than it is in the UK. So whether the train lines did destroy the Native American population, I can't tell you. I'm not an American history expert. I wish I was, because that is fascinating about the Native Americans. They are an incredibly brilliant people. Incredibly knowledgeable. And the few I have come and met have always been really kind. But who knows? But I think trains are even more expensive than they are in the UK, which is why people don't use them. And again, petrol prices are so low because of the oil companies that it makes no sense to get on the train when you can just drive and just cheap gas. I travelled to Cornwall years ago on the overnight sleeper. It was fantastic and not so expensive then. Good. Well, it's not like that now, unfortunately. Anthony, what's the train network like in South Africa? Didn't know there was a train network in South Africa. It might be alright. But on that note, guys, it's actually time to finish. It's been an hour and a half. So a big thank you to Mr. Coover, Mr. Anthony Gray, Mr. Nick, Bobby K, Chris Agomba, Mr. Hollywood Phil, Catman Jess, Spurs Talk Show, all one word, Mr. Bob Spur, Mr. Carterman, Mr. Ian Ferguson, Mr. Mark Cousins, Miss Kimber, Mr. Daigle, Miss Nifa, and that is everyone. That is everyone. So thank you all so much for joining. I do not know if Shawnee Boy is still streaming. Let's have a look. He is. So everyone head over to Shawnee Boy's stream. There is the link there. And type in the chat. If you smell what the cough is brewing. Don't have to do it in all caps, but definitely put that in Shawnee Boy's chat. That is it from me. Thank you all so much for joining and making this such a great hour and a half again. It's always been a great chat with all of you. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow at at 2 o'clock tomorrow, as per usual, the usual time. We might have something interesting to talk about tomorrow. And yeah, thank you so much for joining. And as always, if you smell what the cough is brewing.